Hello, my beautiful Virgos, and welcome to your reading. So this is going to be your July 2020 predictions video, and we're going to go ahead and dive in and see what the month of July has in store for you guys. So if you guys are brand new to the channel, I want to say hi and welcome to all of you who are watching. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I'm really excited because this is actually the first time that I'm doing these type of videos where I'm just focusing on one particular astrological sign, and we're trying to see, what is coming through for them. I hope to continue to do more of these in the future. So if you do enjoy today's video, please go ahead and consider giving it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you would like to see more videos like this, so that way I can hopefully get these out to you guys, okay? So I've already gone ahead and shuffled your cards. So we're going to actually start with your tarot cards, and then we will go ahead and go through your oracle cards together. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and pull these off to the side, and let's see what your tarot cards have to say for the month of July. So the first one that we have is the Strength card. Next, we have the World, the Empress. Wow, lots of major arcana cards. Temperance in reverse, yep. And the Hierophant, okay. So wow, Virgos, you guys pretty much have all major arcana cards. So this is really powerful for you with what's coming through for this month. Okay, so how I'm going to be reading this is I'm actually going to be reading kind of like in chronological order. So this is basically going to be for the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Okay, so let's look at the very beginning. So we have the Strength card and the World card here in the very beginning of July. So for a lot of you Virgos, in the very beginning of the month, it might seem that your strength might be tested, or it might just be shown that you kind of find your inner strength to kind of go after the things in which you are wanting. If you've ever found that, things have kind of hindered you in the past, or you haven't really necessarily felt that inner strength before, I don't want to say like before, but like in a long time. And I know sometimes it can kind of come and go depending on the types of situations in which we deal with. This really kind of causes the, or when the Strength card comes into play, this is kind of really causes us to kind of really reflect and be like, you know what? I am strong. I am capable of doing anything and everything that I put my mind to. I just have to remind myself of that, okay? And that's really where this card kind of comes into play here, is that this is really just more so like a reminder to you to just kind of trust your strength, that you know what is best for you, okay? And if you're faced in a situation where, you feel like your strength is being tested, it might very well just be that, but trust in your intuition. Trust that your intuition will kind of guide you in the direction in which you need to go, and that is basically going to, really kind of reinstate that sense of confidence, that sense of inner power within you to kind of go after what it is that you're wanting to, okay? Now, what I love here is that you guys have the World. So anytime the World card comes into play, this talks about like new possibilities, new beginnings, okay? This can basically mean like the world is your oyster. So usually this can also indicate like an ending and starting anew. So some type of new beginning for you. This can be a very life-changing type of situation for many of you. Now, I don't want to like, jump ahead too much, but I will say, because you have the Empress here in, in the center of the reading, this to me is really kind of speaking that many of you, or sorry, I shouldn't say many, I should say some of you might find out that you're pregnant, or that you're expecting, that this is a very life-changing change, okay? And like I said, this is all about like a new beginning, a new stage in life, okay? Now, for those of you you know, that doesn't apply to. This can also just mean like a new beginning, as a new start for yourself. So possibly like a new business venture, a new thing in which that you're taking ownership of. So as I mentioned, if you're starting a business, this is almost in a sense like your baby, you know, like this is something that you have created on your own and you are putting it out into the world, and, you know, you're trying to, you know, make the most of it and make this yours, your own, you know, and taking kind of like full ownership of that. So there's a lot of, you know, prosperity here, you know, with the Empress card next to the World. Okay. Now, towards the end of the month here, we have Temperance in reverse. Okay. Now, Temperance deals a lot with patience. Okay. So for some of you, you know, with this new change or with this new beginning here, for some of you, you might feel a little impatient. Okay. I'm getting the sense because this is really good news, you know, regardless of whether this is an actual pregnancy or if this is, you know, the beginning of a new venture for you, okay, like just a new start in your life. For some of you, you might feel a little impatient about it. Like you're happy that it's happening, but it's like you want it to already happen. Like you want it to already be successful, or you already want it to be here, you know, because you're just, I feel like the excitement is definitely there, you know. So this is just kind of reminding you to just, you know, yes, it's okay to be excited. Yes, it's okay, you know, to look ahead, but, you know, obviously we can't rush everything, and, you know, just kind of take it day by day, you know, definitely kind of enjoy the process, if you will. Okay. Now, the Hierophant over here at the end of the month, to me, is more so speaking to you as a reminder to yourself to stop and breathe. Okay. Like it's okay to kind of take a moment to just kind of take everything in. You know, I think there's just a lot of excitement, you know, around this month. And as, like I said, for a lot of you, you know, this is a month for you of new beginnings, of, you know, prosperity, you know, kind of just like a new life, a new start, so to speak. So I understand the sense of excitement for sure, but, you know, you don't want to overwhelm yourself, you know, with everything kind of going on. You kind of just want to take it day by day, as I mentioned earlier, you know, with the Temperance card. So I think, again, the Hierophant is more so just kind of speaking to you specifically that, you know, this might be a good time to just kind of, you know, take it all in. Give yourself that time to accept, you know, the changes that are coming, and, you know, almost kind of like mentally prepare yourself for the road ahead. Okay. So that's really exciting for you guys. So let's take a look to see what else we have with your oracle cards. So with your Moonology Oracle, the first one we have is New Moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Okay. So I definitely feel like with this situation in particular, like for those of you who might find out that you're expecting, this is definitely going to be a lot of time of love, sharing it with your loved ones, with your family, your friends. You know, this is definitely going to be a very loving, exciting time for sure. Okay. Next, we have full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. Okay, so either way, this is definitely an exciting time. So as I mentioned, whether this is just a new start, whether this is a new business venture, this is just a new, you know, chapter in your life, you know, if you're just kind of like starting over, so to speak, this is going to be the time for you. Like this month is your month, Virgo. Okay. Next, we have first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. Okay. So I feel like this is more so like your commitment to yourself. So kind of speaking to that strength card, you know, as we talked about, like at the beginning of the month, you know, that to me would be more so where that would kind of fall into play, like just kind of, you know, having that inner strength to kind of propel you into the direction in which you're wanting to go, especially for those of you who are starting over, who are, you know, starting this new chapter in your life or this new business venture. Okay. That is going to require a lot of strength for sure on your part. And, you know, for many, it might be scary just to kind of start something new. or even those of you who are becoming first-time mothers, like, or becoming pregnant, you know, sometimes that, you know, in and of itself can be, you know, a little scary at times because it is the unknown, right? So, you know, this is just more so kind of reminding you that, like, you guys are stronger than you give yourselves credit for, and your commitment will be tested in that regard, but I definitely see a very positive outcome for you guys, Virgos, okay? So the next cards that we have celebration, bliss, joy, and delight. Absolutely. This is a huge month of celebration for you guys, okay? As I mentioned earlier with that Empress card, the world, like, you guys have so much to be excited for and to celebrate. And then we have the key, mystery, moving forward, and knowledge. So having, I feel like having the key card here is more so all about just, you know, taking the steps forward, into your new venture, into your new life for sure. So I love that. Let's take a look at the other cards we have. So the first one we have is Pluto. Well, this is very fitting, the circle of life. Ask your guides to help you through the transition. There are no real endings, only new beginnings. Okay. So yeah, so this is very fitting. So as I mentioned with that World card, it is very much all about a new beginning. Okay. So this could have been an ending of a, you know, previous chapter in your life, whether this was like an ending of a relationship or an, you know, just, you know, you turning another year older, you know, like just, you know, kind of getting to that point of where you've almost reached that sense of maturity. You're ready to start a new phase in your life. You're ready to level up, okay? And you're understanding that this is just all part of life, us growing, us learning, you know, all about ourselves and how we evolve, right? So the fact that you have this here, you know, just talking about like, this is all about new beginnings, again, is just real affirmation to me, Virgos, that you guys are definitely going to be experiencing something exciting for the month of July. All right, and then we have third house, sentimental education. Your ability to grasp new ideas is greatly enhanced. Learn something new. Teach what you know. Okay, so I love this because this is all about like what's sentimental to you. Like, what do you really resonate with? What really means the most to you? Okay, and you know, again, being able to learn something new, finding ways to kind of like incorporate that into what you already know, I think is beautiful, because this is going to be something in which if you're having, you know, you're starting a family, this is going to be something that you're going to want to be able to pass on to your children, right? So teaching what you know, I think is very appropriate here in that regard. All right, so let's take a look at your other cards. The first one that we have is death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay, so yes. So this isn't, like I said, this doesn't have to necessarily mean literal death, okay? I don't want you guys to freak out by seeing that. I think of the death card in tarot, but this can also too be very symbolic to that world card, as I mentioned. So starting over, starting something new, okay? You guys have all about new beginnings here. So that's really exciting. All right, next we have empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Okay, so this could be where your strength kind of comes into play here at the beginning of the month, Virgo. Okay, if you are having, like I said, to deal with a situation that requires you to just be a little bit stronger than normal, or you feel like your strength is being tested, this might have to cause you to also be a little bit more empathetic as well, to where you can kind of see both sides of the situation, to where you can kind of get through that situation at the beginning of the month. Okay, so again, just kind of take what applies for those of you. Again, this is a general reading, okay? All right, so let's move on to your magical mermaids and dolphins. The first one we have is synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. Ooh, I love this. So there are some synchronicities that are going to be present to you guys, I think, in the month of July. So definitely pay attention to them, whether that means seeing certain numbers pop up, you know, kind of over and over, or if you see like a butterfly or something that is really symbolic to you, especially if this is in regard to like a past loved one. That is also a way of them communicating to you, you know, through these synchronicities. So definitely pay attention to that moving forward, okay? Next, we have treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. Yes, absolutely. So this is definitely a good time for you guys. Like I mentioned, you know, with the Empress card, the World card, the Strength, you guys have so much abundance, so much to look forward to for the month of July. I mean, this is just going to come one after another. Absolutely. So I definitely see like beginning, middle of the month, this is where that momentum is really going to pick up. Okay. And then we have blessed change. A major life change brings you great blessings. Okay, so Virgos, again, you guys have blessings galore here. Okay, so this is definitely a major life change, as I mentioned. So I'm really sticking, I would not put it past if you guys find out you're pregnant here. Like, that's just the vibe that I'm getting. So I'm really excited, especially for those of you who are trying. You know, this is a good time for sure. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next we have protection. Keep some aquamarine close. Mermaid's tears have been known to create these precious gems. Okay. So this month can cause you to might feel a little bit protected, or, you know, kind of protect yourself. That's where I feel like kind of ties hand in hand with the strength card. Okay. Just more so, like I mentioned at the beginning of the month. Next we have direction. Trust your inner compass and find your bearings. Okay. So really kind of trusting your intuition, okay, on trying to propel you in which direction you need to go in, especially for those of you who are kind of starting this new chapter, this new phase in life. You know, it can feel a little like overwhelming at certain points, absolutely, which would explain, you know, the temperance kind of being in reverse. But this is all about just trying to stay focused on, you know, the bigger picture. So that way this will get you to where you need to be, okay? And then we have self-care. Drowning doesn't always require water. So this is going to be very important for this month, for sure, to give yourself some self-care. Don't neglect yourself, okay? I know there's going to be a lot of excitement. There's going to be a lot of things going on, but you don't want to neglect you, okay? Like, you matter. You guys have a lot to look forward to, a lot to be excited about, but you don't want to lose sight of you in the midst of all the excitement and happiness, okay? So Virgos, that was your reading. Definitely let me know if this resonated with you. I would love to hear in the comment section down below how exactly this resonated for you, if you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead also and consider give it a thumbs up. It would truly help out the channel like you wouldn't believe. And I want to say thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I hope to continue to make more videos like this in the future, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.